Hey everyone, History Mystery Man back again. It's good to see you. It's been a while today. Coming to you from the small town of Rockville, Indiana, just off Highway 36 in between Indianapolis and the Illinois border, sort of kind of closer to Illinois, standing in front of the Parke County courthouse. Rockville is the county seat of Parke County, but what a gorgeous courthouse, one of the most spectacular I've seen anywhere. The centerpiece in the town square here. A commission was formed way back in 1824, and it was then determined that this would indeed be the county seat. The first courthouse burned down in 1839. The second one was torn down in 1879. The same year construction began on the building you see behind me. It was completed in 1882. So why am I here on this cold, crisp, clear December day? Temperature about 22 degrees. Well, the town is just absolutely that spectacular. The town square is gorgeous. We're going to visit with some of the businesses. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to find out what makes Rockville go. There's so much to find out. I've got questions, and I know they have answers. Welcome to Rockville, Indiana, where the History Mystery Man is on duty and at your service. Let's go see what's inside. When I'm in small town America, it's a wonderful life. G&M variety, an old 5 and dime. You know, you just don't see these anymore. How do you guys like Rockville, Indiana?
Great.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Check this store. Hey, how are you? Look at this store. How do you like Rockville?
I love it.
Oh,
I love this store.
I love this store. I love the town. I like it because it's just like... Okay, how do you like Rockville?
I love Rockville.
Oh, that's what I was hoping to hear. What is it you love about it?
The history of Rockville, and the community enjoys it.
It's a beautiful little town, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And it's sort of a throwback 5 and dime variety store. Do I have that sort of kind of right?
Yeah, we've had it. We took it over. It was a G.C. Murphy, and they were closing.
I see.
And we've had it 28 years, and then we have another one up in St. Joseph, Michigan.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this a bit unusual? The 5 and dime variety store is something of the past, is it not?
Anymore.
Yeah, but
anymore they're hard to find.
Is it hard to make it in this business in a small town?
It's just a lot of work because of we're trying to get the vendors where you can buy your merchandise and stuff from.
Yeah.
Because so many of the smaller stores have closed. We do real well. We have very good following in the town. The towns really support the local merchants.
That's what I love about small town America. And my mission is to keep small towns alive and thriving. And I'm glad to know you're an anchor store here in Rockville. This town square is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And we've probably got 3 or 4 new businesses that just opened up within the last 6 months to a year.
That's fantastic. Do you live in Rockville?
Yeah, me and my wife. The G&M stands for Gary and Mary.
How do you like Rockville for a place to live?
I love it. But I've always liked small towns.
Well, I'm with you there. You have a fascinating store. Thanks for taking some time to chat with me. I've got to believe you feel fairly safe in Little Rockville, Indiana?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And everybody's nice.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you got a good, healthy Facebook following?
Oh, it's tremendous.
That's amazing.
I said we got in some new merchandise, and my wife publishes it right away. And one lady wrote, she lives 2 hours from here. She says, well, it looks like another trip to Rockville.
I'm up for that. I'm ready. Hi. The Drunk Tank Winery.
Yes, it is.
So this is the basement of the old jail inn.
This is.
All right, and I know, like everything else around here, there's a really cool story that goes with the cellar.
Yes, there is. So I trespassed through that door, and I walked in here, and I went like this, and I went, oh, this is terrible. And when I turned, I went, oh, but
this
door.
That old steel door.
This is a round top steel riveted door with the frame. 1879. This was made just for this jail.
So you were going to buy that door because you were going to renovate a house, yes?
No, I was going to build a new house.
You were gonna build-
This door was going to be, you know, like
door.
you buy a faucet and
so
you build
cool.
a house around it. I was going to build a house around this.
Around the door.
So that's how this whole story began. I was going to buy this. It was going to be simple. I was going to take it out, take it to Illinois. I was going to build a new house and have a cool door. And what happened was when I came to get it, they handed me the keys and the deed and said, here it is. And it took me 4 days of crying to know what I was going to do. I walked back in. And 4 months later, I opened the old jail in Parke County. A year later, I came down here because everybody wanted to see the door. My whole story is about the door.
About
and
the
two
door.
windows.
And that's the
it.
door.
And once I cleaned this out, and like I told you, the 380 gallons of paint, some of it went down here. I found this door. And this is interesting because when I opened this door, I looked down and I was like, oh no.
Yep.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see the tunnel.
Okay, this is a tunnel and you go down, and if you go over the white pipe and turn right,
Yep.
that's solitary confinement.
Oh my gosh.
And the beds are still in there.
The beds are still in
Yes,
there.
there's 2 beds in there.
Ugh,
and if you go
creepy.
over the pipe
the
around the
left.
wire to the left, you walk 15 feet, it tees, and you turn left, and you go right into the courthouse. You can see
That's fascinating.
It is cool.
And so, yeah, because I think you were telling me earlier, this building built in 1879, the courthouse construction began in 1879.
Same
So
time.
they linked the two
They
by a
linked the
tunnel.
two. Right, and the tunnel
It's
is
still
made
there.
of this 9 inches of Virginia granite.
What was the moment that you said, no, I'm leaving it right where it is? I'm going to renovate this place and turn it into an inn.
The day that they said that you own the whole jail, just go. They kept saying, we had a meeting and we just decided, you just keep the whole thing. I said, no, you don't understand. I'm not from here. I'm from Illinois. I just want the door, 2 windows, I'm out of here. Don't need this deed. They said, oh, no. We had a meeting. I mean, they found this girl from Illinois and they said, you know, she's going to have a jail. And
So they decided you were going to be the new owner.
Yeah, I was going to be the new owner. So it went from the county to me. The
Gosh.
deed is the original deed, and it's this and the building behind me that house the boilers for the heat for this building and the courthouse. And behind the boilers, where the boilers are, there was a beam that went out the back, and that's where the last hanging, I believe in the state, was in 1888.
Yeah.
Buck Stout was his name, and he was hung right behind here.
Wow.
So come on over and I'll show you the rest of it. Everything's put together from recycled everything, from every garage sale I've ever. This is the Drunk Tank winery part. We're really a wine bar to do tastings. I carry about 52 different kinds of wine, and my own wine is not made in a stool upstairs like Hooch. It is made in an Indiana winery in the South, and this is my Old Jail Inn red wine. We do wine tastings 4 days a week. Over here I have another bar, and so we run both of them full of people, and they just have a blast.
So what would a small town square be without a good old-fashioned art gallery? Love this town square, by the way. This one established back in 1965. Wow. This is a beautiful art gallery in small town Rockville, Indiana. You were telling me earlier that this particular art gallery is owned by all the artists. Is that right?
It's all Parke County residents, or all artists from Parke County. You have to be a Parke County resident to be in here.
Really? Wow, that's interesting. So all local artists.
All local artists.
That's really neat. Are you one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I do jewelry and fused glass, wood burning.
What about the building we're in? Do you know anything about it? How far back it goes? What it used to be?
It was owned by the Oddfellows.
The Odd Fellows.
Yes.
Well, I could belong to that club. I'd fit right in there. I mean, how far back does the building go? Do you know? Is it late 1800s?
1800.
Oh,
We are on the
National Register of Historic Places. I know, that even makes it more interesting. Are you from Rockville, Indiana?
I'm just outside of town.
But you grew up in this area.
My grandfather and my mother's family did, and I always said when I was a little girl, when I grew up, I was either going to have a horse ranch in Kentucky or I was going to live in Parke County. Well, I couldn't afford the horse ranch, so.
Is it hard to make it in a small town business in small town America, Rockville? I mean, do you have enough people coming to help support this place?
Well, what keeps the place going is the Covered Bridge Festival that we have every October. And that brings millions of people in here.
Does it really?
Uh-huh.
Boy, that's the weekend I should be here. You said
No,
October. Oh, no, it's not. So I picked the right weekend again, a bitter cold day in December.
I'll tell you what, it is beautiful.
Oh, but how close are we to those covered bridges?
Well, I think there's 29
Wow.
in the county.
No kidding.
And we both just love it. We was talking last night. There's no place else that either one of us would want to be.
See, now that's so interesting that in all the places to live on this globe, on this earth, you chose here and you wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I love that story.
I do the jewelry. These are my bracelets.
Really?
I do all the wire wrapping here and all the fused glass down here.
No kidding.
But we have so many new artists that we're just thrilled. Kurt Stanfield, this is his booth over here, and he's making quite a name for himself. He has paintings all over Indiana. He sells paintings all over the world, actually.
But he's from Parke County,
But
or a resident.
He's a resident. All these are Dolores's, and she is the oldest member, or one founding member of this gallery. And the
How old is she?
You don't ask a woman that question.
Right. I'm still catching on after all these years. How many? Okay, let me do that like the Spanish do. ¿Cuántos años tiene usted? How many years does she have? It doesn't sound so imposing then.
I don't
That's
know.
okay. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't be asking anyway. I was just curious.
The gallery, the association, this is a Covered Bridge Art Association.
So it's a winery, it's a jail, it's a bed and breakfast, or I guess it's an inn.
You get the key. It's all private. There's 9 cells.
Oh.
And
Well-
these 2 rooms down here that I'll show you
Okay.
are suites that were the booking cells.
Got it.
Upstairs were where the murderers were, or anyone who did arson. And downstairs are...
The murderers stayed upstairs, huh?
Well, they kept them apart from the town
okay.
idiots. So the town idiots were on the first level. There's 5 cells there. I actually just walked through it a couple days after I had the keys and had composed myself, and it was terrible. It was the worst mess, and it took me 4 months.
You brought it back to life in 4 months.
4
I mean,
months.
that seems like record warp speed to me.
That's
But
because a month before I was done, the house I was in sold, so I had to make an apartment out of the upstairs, and I live in juvenile hall, the sheriff's office, and a padded cell. So I have a home here. It's my business,
Okay.
and this is
oh wow, we are really in the jail.
this is where the jailer was. And now it is the Indian Garage. And the reason why it is called Indian Garage is Polaris introduced their 2015 here. A high percentage of our business is bikers. So this is Indian Garage, and it's all about the Indian. We have a Harley room. And a lot of what you see around here was gifted to me by customers. This was back from World War II. The gentleman died. The family were customers here, and after they stayed here, they gifted me pictures and his story, and then the next year they gifted me his leather jacket. people give me motorcycle. I could put together a motorcycle with all the parts I have.
This is
got-
fascinating.
yeah, I got
It's such a cool
motorcycles.
story, the whole
Oh.
thing. Is it hard to make it in small town America? You got enough to keep you going here? More than enough?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's so
No,
cool.
Absolutely.
And you're right on the square.
But I will tell you this, I could not have done this business in any other state but the state of Indiana. And I was born and raised.
Let's hear it
in
for the
Illinois.
Hoosiers.
Well, I can tell you that they want you to own a business
Yes.
in Indiana.
Do you like Rockville, Indiana?
I love
Oh.
Rockville, Indiana, but I really love Parke County.
It's beautiful.
Parke County
It's
is-
gorgeous.
Oh, it's just a little slice of heaven. This is called Gangster Hangout. Actually, a gentleman gave me that sign out of Dillinger's. He had like a clubhouse on the south end of the county, southeast end of the county.
John
And that-
Dillinger?
Yes, and that came
out of his clubhouse, huh? That's
and-
interesting.
Oh yeah, and a relative of his is a good friend of the jails too. There's only two living relatives. None of the walls could be changed in here. I had to go with what was here because everything is weight bearing. I sit on.
So
we're
you couldn't
standing
knock
on-
out walls and clear
No.
space. You had to
No,
work
I
with what
didn't
you
plug.
have.
I didn't.
Yeah,
plug.
I gotcha.
So it's the real creative part of yourself comes out when you do this. I opened this a couple years ago for the first time, and this is the Sally Port. Because they did give me the keys, so this is the Sally Port. This is the original way that you shut and lock down. But this is the original how they open the doors.
I can tell.
This is what they put in when electric came in, because 1879, the county gave me prisoners to work with me for those 4 months. So they would set prisoners on my doorstep.
The
Yeah.
prisoners helped you here
Yeah.
in that 4
Yeah.
months. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, your
So-
story gets better all the time. I love
This
it.
is John Dillinger's room.
John Dillinger's room.
This is Thelma and
Welcome
Louise's.
home, John.
Yeah. This is
You had
Thelma
it coming.
and Louise's. Yeah.
Wow.
This is Al Capone
Al Capone.
right here.
Uh,
Every room is private.
You're lucky you have it this
Every
good, Al.
room, You control the locks. That's one of the first things people ask me. And you have total privacy, but you secure yourself.
You're not going to flip the main switch
No,
on.
I'm not. That
Even
would
though
be
it still
totally
works.
illegal.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, the writing
This
on
is
the wall.
Elvis.
This is Elvis's room.
Yep.
I saw Elvis Presley in concert.
I did too.
In 1977.
I saw him in Champaign-Urbana the next
Jailhouse
year
Rock.
he died.
Yeah, I saw him in 77 in April in Toledo. The writing on the
Okay.
wall, you allow people to write on the wall?
This is what happened. For 2 weeks, when I first opened, the first night I opened, I had a guest. And I had a guest book.
You lost
in
the guest
2 weeks.
book.
So I said, okay, you can just write, there's a wall over here. And I said, you can just write on that area and that'll be my
then-
guest book. And it grew. And
It grew all right.
And this is 10
Oh my
years.
God.
Now this is priceless to me. You will see 22 countries. You will see groups. that
22 countries have
I've
come
had 22
and stayed at the old
countries.
jail inn.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Oh,
Your
they-
story is
people-
fascinating.
The original shower. And if you look right here, that's where the water came out.
Yeah.
Well, I changed it to a top head, but the stainless steel
So
shower
you
was
you
in
get
there.
to take a shower in the original
In the
shower when you're
original,
here.
yeah,
That-
you
you
don't
said you're
a lot.
sold out a
A
lot?
lot.
Really?
Oh, yeah, for months.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So the business is doing well in
it's
small
done
town
well since the
Rockville.
first year, but again, I attribute that to a real strong
I-
social media.
Well, maybe so, but it also attributed to you who had an eye for where you were going here and a vision.
I'm going to tell you about visions. I'm a creative person.
I can tell.
I had a marketing company before this. I have never owned an inn. I personally don't even drink, and I own a winery.
Wow.
But I get kind of what you have to do when you're given a lemon, you figure it all out. These are Cell Block 8, Bonnie and Clyde. Claim to fame on this is the great-granddaughter of the man who killed Bonnie and Clyde stayed here in 2013.
Oh, wow.
So the story goes, this was a room where they didn't come out of. There were 4 bunks, murder, arson, robbery. These 2 rooms are always sold out first.
So in other words,
So I put new potties and sinks, but you shower where the prisoners showered. That's the original shower.
original shower
Yup.
of the murderers.
And you see, all this is here. You can't take this stuff out.
Who would
this
want to
is-
take it out? It's
yeah.
cool. It's part of the
I mean,
original
you
iron.
kind of have to go around it, but I did take 2 bunks out.
This is such a cool story.
Thank you so much.
This is and unique to Rockville, Indiana.
But I've had a lot of people come and stay and pay to learn how to do it because they've bought or been given their jail in their town.
Wow.
I
That's
actually
interesting.
no, the stories that are most interesting are the people who stay.
Oh, I can
Because
imagine.
These people are people that have stories and make memories here.
You know what's kind of amazing to me? I've been reading all these signatures and notes and stories on the walls, and you know, when I think of writing on the walls or the bathroom walls, you think of vulgarity or something. I'm not seeing that here.
It's really, really rare, and we don't have.
That's
a lot
because
of
you
kids.
have good people that come here and stay.
I have.
You know, the right people come here.
No, I can tell you that I'm going through my 10th year. I have the best, most unusual, cool customers.
Whoa.
And you can't get. I mean, I am not a foo-foo bed and breakfast, which I
No.
love foo-foo bed and breakfast.
You're the jailhouse queen.
I'm the well, yeah. They usually call me the sheriff or the
Okay.
mayor or something like that. Which the people that come here, they're not Motel 8 people. Not that that's bad. They're not the people that have to have a TV in their room and don't want to talk or interact. The people that stay here either have a cool story or they just love being here because of the surroundings.
The jailhouse.
Oh, we have a lot of people who work in prisons and jails come and stay. That's the funniest thing to me. We've had 3 weddings here in the last 4 months.
You know what? I could spend all day reading the notes and signatures on the wall.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a book.
You better. You should write a book, and you should start immediately.
Well, I have.
Oh, good.
My stories.
You're
And I take all of this, and it's going to collectively put together one of the neatest love stories, human interest stories, and about people.
That is an
It's
awesome
truly, that's
idea
what I'm
for a
gonna
book
do.
down
That's
that
what I'm going
road.
to do when I relax and don't own a
Yeah, relax. I don't see relax in
No.
you at all.
Well,
But oh my God, these are the original
That's
keys.
That's,
They are
that's
heavy.
all I have.
Wow. And you
But
still use
I
these.
did not. Oh, I couldn't get into these.
Every small town has a corner coffee shop. This one in Rockville is especially fascinating. It used to be the hotel, which, as I understand it, reaches back to the 1800s. Now it's apartments, renovated apartments. And the Urban Grounds Coffee Shop, located in the Urban Farm Chick. How about that? But this place is spectacular. I love it. Hey gang, are you feeling it today? Are you feeling it?
Enough coffee.
Okay, is there such thing as enough coffee? Look at these old hardwood floors, original hardwood floors, but look at this place. There's a lot here. It's the kind of coffee shop you want to come and you want to hang out. I know I do. What about you? Are you from Rockville?
Yeah, I live right above us.
Right
Oh.
by the Christmas tree out
Yeah,
there.
Oh,
the
really?
Christmas tree on the balcony.
That's
my
awesome.
History.
Yeah.
Are you from Rockville?
Yeah, I'm from the area. Yeah.
Oh, how do you like Rockville, Indiana?
It's nice. It's small.
I love
nice
it.
Community.
So why do you choose to live here?
Well, I'm a local pastor,
Oh, you are?
Yes, sir.
How interesting.
so I got a call one day and I just moved back.
Oh, that's so cool. Are you glad you moved back?
I am.
I can believe it. Do you feel safe in Rockville, Indiana?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's important to me.
Parke County.
How do you like the area?
Oh, I love it here. I moved here from up north like an hour away, but I don't know, more hill country instead
Yeah,
of
it's-
flat land. I love it here.
It's pretty.
I like it because they all take care of their buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Upkeep.
It's very well kept.
Yes.
I love it. And this coffee shop, which used to be a hotel, or what's the history of this place?
The hotel actually is next door, like where he lives, and they
I
turned it all
gotcha.
into apartments.
Ah,
But back in the day, it was a hotel. And-
the whole building that we're in now?
Right, and I think this was a lobby to that. I see
It
pictures
reaches
of
back to the 1800s.
Yes.
That makes it really interesting. Did the new owner renovate it?
that. Here, she actually took everything out of here, restored the whole room.
She did a
Took rooms
beautiful.
out and just brought it back to how it used to be.
She did a beautiful job. You folks have one mighty fine coffee shop.
Thank you.
See you, gang.
Bye. Bye-bye.
You bet. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. So this, I understand it, is one of the top 10 biker bars in the state of Indiana. Bar. Isn't it cool? Check it out. How about that? Wednesday afternoon at 36 Saloon. The story, the building, how you renovated it, the whole thing is just fascinating, and I'm so grateful for your time today. And in fact, there's kind of a little story in that because you're closed on Wednesdays this time of year, and I didn't want to leave Rockville without seeing the old jail inn. I called the number on the card, and you said you answer the phone about 1 in 100. So how did I get so fortunate?
Generous.
Yeah, okay.
It was just meant to be.
All right, let's go with that.
It's been so nice to meet you, and
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it. It
I
was-
told you enough about it.
I loved every bit of it.
Oh,
It's
thank
so
you.
cool.
Thank
It's
you
such a
very much.
wonderful story and very unique for small town America, and certainly unique to Rockville, Indiana. Parke County, the people here are what that's where the magic comes from. The people.
It's all the magic.
Like what you said earlier, I believe this is not a wealthy county, but
No.
but to make all the things and the magic happen in Parke County, the people come together, band together, support one another. It's just a cool. This place could be a movie or something.
I know. You know, Bridges of Madison County has nothing on us. We have a population here. We're very small. The town is under 2,700, but the county is not very big either. But the majority of our farm ground here is owned by the Amish. The English are the minority in farm landowners now.
And you almost were not a Parke County resident. You're from Illinois. Aren't you glad you walked through that jailhouse door?
The best day of my life. Well, second, third, fourth, fifth best.
All right.
Yeah, and today was a great day too.
It was for me as well. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
The drinking fountain at the courthouse here works pretty good.